did you?
Are they dead? It had to be done.
It can make you stronger, but you never have to like it. Don't forget that.
Let's go, Nameo. We need to be with them now.
They'll be all right. Eventually.
Oh, gods. And Aedyr, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Aedyr envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why she's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. No, Aedyr just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timothy, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research, and who knows what she plans for it. But you know, if this Aedyr was untrustworthy, I'd kill her myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Aedyr. To Head Sharpshooter, First Class of Shatterscarp, Temerti Kaiwa III. Ludwig wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer the Steel Garrote's wrath. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatzli. If we give them an inch, the Aedyrans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. Trust me, I am very aware of all those things. You might even say I've been fighting for those things. But there's one little problem. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatzli. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Aedyr who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of Dreamthralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Aedyr, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwig wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringgrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage.
Or she'll kill you for her own amusement. Either way, it won't be boring. If she doesn't want to be found, that's all the more reason for us to go looking.
When an archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. I suspect that's the point. I think Ringgrim enjoys her reputation almost as much as she enjoys earning it. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But if you want to find Ringgrim, head east of here, go past the Pargunin ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatzli, be careful. If Quilici lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerity. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatzli, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Thank goodness we have Yatzli. Our little friend group needed a bit of chaos.
needs fabric? We still have stock.
Don't forget your friend Daiko and his complete...
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
You hungry? I might be able to help.
So, that's how the Mad Archmage...
Yoo-hoo! Over here. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Reengrim? Well, with her skill in spellcraft, she certainly could do so if she wanted to. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Eora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Aldra's titties, the Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. I know that, Envoy, but I suspect it's all connected. Nakokubel is the largest of the ancient godless ruins. There must be something in there of interest to Reengrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Reengrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
I promise we'll get into the right amount of trouble.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Don't forget your friend Dyko and his completely legal package.
Who needs fabric?
How do you feel about poetry?
Poetry? Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
Do you like it? Oh, come on, you can tell me. Say a few lines of poetry.
Wait.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatzli. In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. But Yatzli, She's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. You too. Yatzli, when all of this is behind us,
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Something to be said for that. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. I guess it felt like one, too. Hardtack and Merc brew after a long day's patrol tasted better than any feast. Being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom. Something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Aedyr is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? Or it'll go the way of the godless and their ruins. Not sure which idea makes me more uneasy. What about you? You were sent by your emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You brought Egwolf to Aedyran justice, but then you thwarted the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Your Emperor's lucky to have you. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rautian naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him. Night, envoy.
Listening to Yatzli's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Right. Soap is useful sometimes, but I don't pour it in my drinks. If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. If I must.
For the camp of an official Aedyran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. Just as things could be worse, they could also be a lot better, Envoy. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. No! Well, me, obviously, but otherwise, no. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Usually I enjoy a bit of pain, but this was a bit too much. I wouldn't recommend it. As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
Tell me, where did you learn to...
Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time? Well, it's the waiting that makes the payoff so delicious, don't you agree? Look, I lost more research than I'd like to count. But Fiora and its people are safe. That's what matters. Thank you, Envoy. I don't know how you managed it, but whatever you did, you averted disaster. That being said, your ambassador is going to get an earful, and possibly a fistful, next time we're in Paradise. Envoy, you'll find that I'm unreasonable from time to time, so hush. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. Though with everything happening in Thirdborn, safe might be relative. At least I know Temerity will keep an eye on them. I think she knows what'll happen if she doesn't. Long enough that I trust her to do her best by everyone. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tedek. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you'll forgive the pun. And, as a young at heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerity. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel, and a girl's gotta eat sometime. Yes, why did I choose to settle down with a gorgeous scientist who loves me? What a mystery. I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling. Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course, but a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again. As much as I'd love to, you don't travel with the kitchen. I can't promise anything. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Guilichi and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked. Oh, it's not a fairy tale, darling. We've been happy for the most part. Any rough patches got smoothed over well enough. I only thought about killing him once or twice. He's probably thought the same a bit more. It's hard to believe that things have changed so much recently. Any sense of safety just went poof. It makes you wonder how everything will turn out. Me? Well, I suppose that's an option. I'd need help, of course, but I'd at least ask for it. Huh. I'll think on it. Maybe it'd be a nice retirement plan for Qualici and me.
Governor Yatzli. I like the sound of that.
Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling? Sweet dreams, Envoy.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the birdsong. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Yatzli, well done.
Nothing to peddle here. Sorry, got to be on my way. Former merchant, even I know my limits. Thirdborn has the Dream Scourge. Ugh, terrible. I'm leaving, and you should too. I tried to tell them my vapors would protect their minds from the change. They wouldn't listen.
Because it's an obvious forgery. This so-called merchant is like a fly buzzing around the misery of others.
Nonsense! My grandfather sailed the high seas for 30 years, and he saw ancient remedies that far surpass our modern ones. But it's no use. Thirdborn's past saving. Now, if you don't mind, I should really be going. The better question is why you're not running from a soul plague. And I'm far too pressed for time to ask it. Fair winds, traveler. Ingrates.
We've got company!
Yatzli, look out!
Worth and wrath!
Well struck. Another soul for the leader.
Alive! We've got a customer.
A customer. Please make yourself comfortable. When you're ready, we can get down to business.